What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back for another episode of Speed Dating for Ghosts, because guess what? It's date night. Let's hop in. Oh shoot, I forgot what kind of voice I gave this southern deer ghost. Hello again. It's nice to see you. I'll just put your name down and you can go right in. Let's go to the room of liars. Don't know why I'm singing, but this music is bopping. Room of liars looks a bit like a conference hall. Kind you might see in an airport hotel. There was a meeting of regional managers here yesterday, followed by some couple's 65th anniversary in the evening. I left a few ballrooms behind. Worn, plush stacking chairs are set on either side of lacquered oak tables. In one corner there are wine glasses and a metal pitcher of water, alongside a stainless steel urn for coffee. Ghosts don't need coffee. One particularly nervous ghost is holding a cup anyway. Some habits never die. Bell rings and a ghost appears. Oh! Ah! A ghost! Oh god! Sorry. Of course you're a ghost. We all are. I'm still not used to this whole being dead thing. Not used to it either. Nothing prepares you for this life. Except, this isn't life. Post-life? I feel so lost. When I used to have anxiety attacks, I'd focus my breathing, listen to my heart beating. Now I can't breathe. I don't even have blood. Oh, what does that mean? Well, let's take it one step at a time. Steps, yeah. That's a good one. It took me forever just to learn how to walk on solid ground. When I first woke up, after I died, I fell right through my coffin, through my own body, down, 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 into the bedrock. It was so dark. That was awful. What did you do? I seized up. That stopped me from falling. It was like my whole body became corporeal, not flesh. Just like, you know how if you concentrate, you can pick up objects like that. Except I was the object, and the earth was holding me. It was so quiet there, stuck in solid rock. How'd you get out? I pulled myself up, away from the heat below. Sort of clawed my way to the surface, through the earth. I felt the rock moving through me. Ah! Bell rings. Oh, that was just a bell. Phew. Thank you for listening. I guess we'll talk more in a bit. Hopefully the other ghosts are as nice as you. Ooh, that did a number on my voice. Another ghost appears. Spy versus spy? What? Okay, I need to give this friend a soothing voice, because I don't know how much more my vocal cords can take. Well, look what we have here. Ghost's voice creaks like ancient wood. The name's Spooky Peter. Tips his hat. Dust spills off the brim. How do you do? I do okay. I'd wager otherwise. Like, maybe you're scared? Like, maybe you've seen a ghost? Spooky Peter laughs. Or coughs. It's hard to tell. You definitely are spooky. I'm not scared of you. Sure, you're spooky. Thank you for saying so. I've been doing this for a while. My record of hauntings goes back long as the door. Since the Black Death took me in 1665. I thought the plague was earlier. You've seen a lot then. History happened. Wars. Revolutions. Mostly I read about these things. Mostly I kept my own. And scaring. I'm pretty good at it. Been in books. Not always by name, mind you. But you can tell when it's me. The top hat. The fear. All hot and sick. Nobody spooks him like spooks. Are you the devil? I try my best. Are you the devil? Just one of his helpers. Could be two. There's something in your eyes. Potential. Teach me your spooky ways. I'm not like that. But sure. Oh, now. Peter doesn't just teach anybody. A rock has potential. Potential energy, and when you knock it over, that's kinetic energy. Or you throw it through a window. What makes you any better? I turn milk into worms. Make unplugged stereos blast music. I could pull my face off. Spooking like that may shock them. There ain't no art to it. Go all the way. The living have nothing more to fear. When they aren't spooked, what's the point? No. Spookiest spookings, the stuff that eats at you. Makes you doubt what you hear or see. Makes you wonder what could be under that bed. It's never spooky when you see what it is. How's that for a lesson? Oh, basic useful. What else you got? Well, you kind of threw shade at me and called me a basic bitch, so I'm gonna call you a basic bitch. Hey now. Gotta start somewhere. If a legendary spookin' is what you're after, and Spooky Peter's gonna take you under his wing, so to speak. You'll need a solid foundation. All about knowing your audience. Good spookin' is in the details. Bell rings. Bell. It means we move on. I was half expecting him to say tolls for no one. Guess I'll be seeing you when I come back round. Thick layer of dust now covers the table. Another ghost appears. Oh. Oh no. They had me at the design, but the speech bubble. Ooh, what kind of voice? What kind of voice? Let me take a sip of water and think about it. Hey, wanna make some money? Excuse me? Do you want to Make some money. Dollar bills. Cashola. You know the stuff. I understand what money is. Good. Then you understand why I want more. Do ghosts even need money? This is a singles mixer. Yes, it certainly is. And I'm looking for eligible, well, accomplices. The name's Leon, by the way. I've robbed banks, don't judge. You rob banks? Nice to meet you, Leon. I'm not interested. You rob banks? Banks. Financial institutions. Cash condos. You know the joints. I know what banks are. Good. You passed the test then. You meet my impossibly high requirements. A ghost who knows what a bank is. Let's do this. The problem with robbing banks. People see the robbers. Can't see a ghostie. Walk right in. Load the money right on out. Genius, right? It's the perfect crime. There's no such thing. True facts. But nothing's for sure, is it? Except death. Seems to me that makes us uniquely qualified. I'm still not convinced. When you signed up for this, what were you looking for? A spooky book club? A napping partner? Me? I want excitement. It's more exciting than robbing a bank. Ghost. Who else can offer that kind of fun? Nobody but Leon. I'd like to know more first. If it'll get you on board, I'm an open book. The bell rings. Nuts. Time to switch seats. Don't worry. I'll be back. We got more to talk about. Second round begins. The other ghosts. Holy, were they awful. Leon's just a creep. Spooky Peter. The name is earned. Oof, also, I think I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Kyo. Sorry. You need to be sorry. No need, sure. I'm still sorry though. My anxiety gets the best of me. The social situations are tough. Ooh, I feel that hard. Feel that hardcore. This one especially. Leon's a piece of work. I'll say. He actually asked me to rob a bank. Can you believe that? When I told Fran. Must have flipped. She wasn't happy. She made this grumbly noise. The subject switched on. She was smiling again. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, she said. Then she skipped away. I don't know what's gonna happen now. Oh no, what's gonna happen when we get back to Leon? I'm honestly worried for Leon. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. It's probably for the best. Right? Who comes to speed dating? Looking for bank robbers. Leon's got some guts. Or whatever the ghost equivalent is. Your speed dates are going well then. You're not like these other ghosts. I'm sure thankful for that. At best, dating ghosts is frustrating. Everyone asks the same things. How did you die? What was your life like? If we were alive, the questions would be like, What kind of food do you like? What's your favorite movie? That doesn't make people more interesting. It's Video Rome, by the way. My favorite movie, I mean. Long live the new flesh. What was your life like? I don't know, man. Long live the new flesh. Ah! You know it. Oh, smiling! Oh, that's so cute. Sometimes I feel like a VCR. Obsolete. Out of date. No new stories to tell. Find some new stories. Maybe. Or we could just rewatch old ones. You missed things the first time. Oh, ain't that the truth? So, you want to hear how I died? If you want to talk about it. Might as well get it out of the way. I was in film studies. Working my way toward a PhD. In debt. Always. Pretty sad. I had good friends though. I was always studying. On weekend they convinced me not to study. They said we should go to the lake instead. I couldn't swim, I never learned. You see where this is going. I drowned. Everything went black and quiet. I woke up dead in a fancy wind box. Under 6 feet of dirt. That's when I fell deeper. Like I told you before. I hate thinking about it. Why do I always dwell on the bad stuff? Favorite food? Seriously? You're asking me my favorite food? Coffee's a food, right? It's coffee. Go for coffee after this? At a coffee shop? No thanks. I can't drink coffee anymore. I hate being around the living. They somehow make me even sadder. Go to an art gallery? Art galleries depress me. Half the art is super sad. And all of it's better than anything I could do. It just reminds me that I wasted my life. Oh. I'm gonna say no to art. Tell you what. I'll come up with something. Something a little different. Hopefully. That's good. Oh. Hey, oh, look, it's so cute. Look at that cute face. How can you say no to this friend? I can't wait to do something with you. It isn't talking about myself. Sorry. Bell rings. See you after we're done. Yeah, I'm gonna date that ghost. What date that ghost? My spooky protege returns. What knowledge do you seek, protege? Protege. I want to know it all. In time. A truly spooky ghost requires one thing. One thing above all else. Patience. What spooks Spooky Peter? Have you killed anyone? How do you scare people? Spooksy Spooky Peter. Not much. Though I will say, I ain't so fond of beasts. Scared of animals? Beasts are all instinct. Their fear is primal. Tangible, I can't spook a beast. Not like a person. Because you don't have a pet, why is spooking so important? Without fear, we get comfortable. We give our guard the night off. That's when devastation knocks. Wars, maybe. Plagues, surely. Spooking keeps them vigilant. I succeed, they expect me. Spooky Peter wheezes. Something's rattling around in there. Oh, he's so old. He's so old. You okay?
Hey, the rat will no mind. I died with it. Stays with me. You ever been to the mirror world?
What's that?
The place beyond this. But the same as this. You've seen it. But always looking in.
Bell rings. That was shorter than I thought it would be. I'm really scared to move on to Leon now, knowing that Fran may have murdered him. Even further, you know, past his ghostly death.
You fancy another lesson? Come on by the edge of things. I'll show you around the other side.
Sure, I'd like that.
And maybe you think you'll like it, seeing it's another thing entirely. Something spook, even spooky Peter.
Yeah, it's not gonna show up, is he? Oh, I was half expecting to come back to a decapitated ghost, but now knowing that Fran is upset with him, I am not going to encourage his bank heist behavior. Hello again, stranger. Still thinking I'm trouble? You are a thief. And you haven't turned me in. The way I figure, that means you might help me yet. Here's what I'm thinking. You'll come in with me while I get a third ghost to watch the door. No, we can plan later. I'm not going to encourage this behavior. I don't want Fran to be upset with me. Why though? We got the time now. Might as well use it. What if someone hears? Good thinking. You're a careful one. I could see that coming in handy. Lord knows I could stand to be more careful. You steal when you were alive? Do sharks have fins? Shh. Gun's coming. How's everything going over here? Just great, Fran. I think I found the one. I'm glad to hear that, Leon. Carry on. Mind me. Checking in. Do you think she knows? Hard to say. The trouble with me is, it's hard not to talk about stealing. I stole candy when I was 9. She's stealing beer at 14. Stole my first car a year later. I hit up at convenience stores, drive-ins, even held up a laundromat once. I threw my back out, carrying all those quarters. You steal. More like, why do I steal? It makes more sense than other work. Getting robbed by the man. Legally, you know. Now, I steal because I can turn invisible. Used to dream of power like that. It would have kept me out of a lot of jail. I robbed 5 banks all when I was alive. I spent the rest of my life behind bars. How'd you die? Prison's a hard place, especially when no one trusts you. If there's anything I learned from my dishonest life, it's honesty. Bell rings. It's our time. Heard my pitch. Gotten to know me a little more than I like. So what do you say? Well, I'm already gonna go with the anxiety ghost, so I'm gonna turn him in. Wait, what? Nice try. Ain't a jail around. Can hold a ghost. I think. Leon doesn't stick around long enough to find out. Spooky Peter looks over at you. He seems concerned that Leon left. Wonder what that's about. Oh, is there so much lore? Here's your date, Kyo! I am fascinated of why there's history here. Oh, there's so many options, but I'm gonna go with Kyo. Meet Kyo the next day. Waiting on the street as you approach. Looking nervous. And adorable. I'm nervous. Are you nervous? Definitely. What? I said I'm nervous too. Hold on a second. Let me take off these headphones. That's better. So, what were you saying? I'm nervous too. If you're nervous, maybe I'm right to be nervous too. Oh, oof. Ready to go? Where are we going? Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm worried the place we're going is boring. It's pretty much, well, middle of nowhere. Not literally. I know, because we're ghosts. Middle of nowhere. Could mean something weird. Just come with me. Theo takes you to the woods. Deep into the trees, far from any paved roads. Did you know I make greeting cards for ghosts to give other ghosts? Happy anniversary of your tragic end. I'm happy for your loss. That sort of thing. Just a hobby. Beautiful. You stop at a particularly barren patch of prairie land. Everything is frozen over. Few clusters of trees are stripped of their leaves with branches like bony hands. Squat birds huddle together for warmth near a frozen lake, while a dry, biting wind blows through. Isn't it great out here? I come here to think. I watch the birds. I listen to music. There aren't many souls here. Just the birds and the wind. See why you like it. I could be myself here. No one bothers me. I don't need happy things to remind me that I'm not happy. I need sad things to remind me. It's okay to be sad sometimes. Oh, I love him. Nice way to put it. It's exhausting to worry like I do. I'd rather embrace my sadness and just ignore it. Sadness is a real thing. As real as we are, anyway. So I embrace it. Kia looks out onto the frozen lake. Come with me. I want to show you something. Kia leads you away from the lake toward a pocket of trees. Hidden among the poplars and pines is an old house. The wood is gray and brittle, the roof collapsed long ago. The house is a tiny thing. When it was standing, it just had a single room. Inside, the floors are rotted through and covered in layers of bird droppings. In one corner, a wood-burning stove is rusted through. There's not much else. An entire family lived here. Kids were born here. People died here. And then it was abandoned. Left to fall apart. Lost among the trees. Now it's my home. You're so happy. Love what you've done with it. I would never change a thing. It's perfect. Kyo leads you back out to the cold. Back to the edge of the frozen lake. This is as far as I will ever go now. And you know what? That's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, that really warmed my heart. Oh, that was so cute. Oh, well, thank you everyone for joining me on this episode of Speed Dating for Ghosts on date night. Oh, this is great. I cannot wait to hop into the third room next time. And then I think what I would like to do is keep this going, and I want to date all the ghosts because I believe we have a visit graveyard option. So we have Stephanie and Kyo. We have 1, 2. Oh, there's so many different options. Yes, I can't wait to dive back in next time for date night. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye!